let's make some quick pickled chili peppers. Now, of course, you can go to the store and buy pickled chili peppers, but why not make them yourself? They're terrific and easy to make, especially the quick pickling kind, which differs from making chili peppers and pickling them for preservation. That involves canning and boiling and things like that. This we're going to be putting in the refrigerator. That's why it's called quick pickling. Now, when I make these, they last quite a while in the refrigerator, but honestly, in a couple weeks, they're gone. So beyond a couple weeks, I'm not really sure. They get eaten quickly. But let's get started. Now, I've got two different chili peppers here. I've got some jalapenos and some Fresnos, and I'm going to slice these up. I'm going to do a jar of Fresnos and a jar of jalapenos. So let's get going. Now, you can do these whole, but I prefer to do them sliced. I think they're easier to use in things like hamburgers, hot dogs, and toppings for that. So we're going to take the stem off, and now we are just going to slice these as thick as you want. Seeds and all are going in. Even that little end right there is good. I like to get a little separate dish and just start filling it up. Let me do one of the Fresnos so you can see that inside. And those will go in their own separate bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these up, then we'll move on to making our brine. So here are our finished jalapeno peppers and Fresno chili peppers. Right now, we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to make the brine that is going to go in the jars with these slices. I have my stainless steel pan on the stove here. I'm going to add 2.5 cups of water and 2.5 cups of distilled white vinegar. Got 4 tablespoons of kosher salt and 8 tablespoons of white table sugar. I'm going to get my burner going to medium-high. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, then I'm going to bring it down to a simmer for about 5 minutes. Then it's going to just move off the heat and we'll move on to getting our ingredients in the jars and getting the brine in there. Okay, our brine has finished simmering. It's off the heat. I have one of my sterilized jars here, sterilized lids, and we're going to go ahead and get our ingredients in. First, I want to add about 1/2 tablespoon of some whole black peppercorns. I'm going to add 4 allspice berries. Got a bay leaf in there that I just broke up. And we're going to add 3 cloves of garlic. I just want to smash these really quick. I think we'll make this one our Fresno chili pepper jar. I'm just going to start filling this up. May end up having to do a second jar of these later, but we'll see. I've got some smaller jars. Want to make sure we leave enough room for headspace for the liquid in here. You want these all to be submerged. It's looking good. Get our brine closer to the jar here so we can avoid spillage. There will be some spillage. I'm very good at spilling. I'm going to take like a clean spoon and just kind of push stuff down in there. Go ahead and get my lid on. Now this is going to cool down before it goes in the refrigerator, so it's probably going to take at least an hour. So I'm going to set this aside and let's get our jalapenos pickled. Get our peppercorns in here, our bay leaf, our allspice berries, smash some more garlic, and our jalapenos. Again, you want to make enough room at the top for the liquid, so you don't want to fill it completely to the top. But get as many in there as you can. Got some leftovers, I'll do a smaller jar later. There are brine in here. Give these a gentle push down. Get my lid on. And here we go. Now, these are not ready to taste right now. Sometimes you can actually taste them a little bit later in the day, and they taste really good, and they're getting that pickling sort of feeling to them. I'm gonna let these go 3 days, and then I will come back, we'll open them up, and we'll have a taste. All right, our chili peppers, both our Fresnos and our jalapenos, have been pickling for 4 days. It is time to taste them and to use them in the way that I like to use things like this on a burger. So let's open them up. Get our weight out of here. It's our jalapenos. Let's get our Fresnos opened up. Get a few of each out of here for some tasting and to get on the burgers. Get a couple more of each just so we have enough for the burgers. Or the burger, actually. These are all going on one double burger. Close these back up. Get my board wiped up. I'm going to take a taste before we get to the burger. Here's our Fresno. That Fresno definitely has some heat, but if you taste it before pickling and at this point, which is 4 days later, this has a nice mellow heat. And it's really that sort of, when you hear someone describe sweet heat, those Fresnos really get sweet heat when you pickle them. Try a jalapeno. This has that definite jalapeno flavor, but muted. You know, jalapenos can sometimes be rogue, where you're gonna get one that's really hot or one that's pretty mild, but this one I'm saying is pretty medium, and the pickling after 4 days really mellows that, but still gives you the heat and the flavor. So now, let's get some on a burger. Got a nice double burger here. I'm not gonna go over the top here, I just want a little bit of ketchup on here. And some peppers. Maybe get a couple of each on here. Make it a party. Crown it. Let's dive in for a taste of this burger with these peppers. Cheers. Got a nice burst of heat on this burger. Now, I love pickles on burgers, but I especially like pickled chilies on burgers. There's just that extra little bit of the heat that comes with it and the sweet from those Fresnos. Really like it. If I had to choose between straight up dill pickles on burgers or pickled chili peppers on burgers, I'd go with the peppers.